Should you create your content for Google with AI? This is a question we go deep into today, and I hope it helps you to not mess up your website. Welcome to another episode, the fifth episode of AI for the 99%, the podcast where I try to help you if you're a small firm, may it be a freelancer, mom and pop store, simple, small, medium enterprise, startup, whatever. I want to help you use AI to get ahead of the competition and to play with the big people, with the big companies out there. So before I go to the episode, one thing, please click follow on your podcasting app so you never miss an episode. It's Dietmar from Argo.Berlin at the microphone, and now we start with the episode. Yeah, Google. I mean, it's great to have content, and it's great if you want to create content with AI because that can really work. Officially, Google says they rank good content. They don't have in general something against AI content, but they have something against bad content. If you set your intern and let them write an article, or you don't care for content, yeah, then you have the problem that you have no quality. Google might not rank you for no quality. That's the thing. The same with AI. If you just have a simple prompt and some generic output with your content, then Google might not rank you because they say, okay, that's AI generated and doesn't bring more to the table. Actually, if you look into the Google results, you see so many badly AI generated article ranking. So at the moment, it doesn't have to be high quality. But that brings us to another question. We can, or you can rank with AI generated content. We did that even at scale. In the travel industry, and we're ranking at the moment with some obscure combinations, like some remote cities and some sightseeing tips to there. If you go there, because there's nothing in like English, there might be some, I don't know, Czech or whatever tips there, but not in English. So this is some things where we definitely rank where it works. What we also do with those pages we do not create just the page, just like a Wikipedia page or the simple tour page, but we also bring some values. Where do you find? How is it with the traffic there? How what tours you can book or whatever. So we try to bring more to the table than just simple AI generated content. So this is one thing I would say Google likes in general, quality content. So we try to think what is quality content related to the pages we generate, and then we put them online, and it works. Up until now, it works. One doesn't know because there's no guarantee that Google lets your pages, your AI generated pages, rank. It could be that at a certain point they kick them out. If you write your pages and put them online, and it's like one every day, and you work over the text you have there, you make it nicer, and Google doesn't realize it's AI generated, it probably still will rank. We did that at scale, so hundreds of pages for it's totally obvious for Google that that is AI created content. Not if we create it good. Google doesn't figure out why it's AI generated, but it figures out that hundreds of pages that we put online in one moment in time, that must be AI generated. So Google is not stupid, and so Google realizes that. And at the moment, like I say, we rank, but Google may pull the plug at any time, and then all the rankings are gone. One has to know that. So if you do that for your website, it might be risky. It might make sense to start experiments with a different website, different URL, because if your URL get burned, then you have still your normal homepage. Meaning, be careful with AI generated content because Google changes the rules so often, and does something here, does something there, you don't have a guarantee. You can't then sue Google. So don't go in full risk and ruin your normal website. Maybe make a second URL where you put out lots of mass content. If you don't put out so much AI generated content and even take a look at the content and make it better, then you can put it on your normal website. Like I say, one never knows, but it's normally not a problem. There's one last thing I have to say for people living in the European Union. The EU AI Act says that AI generated content has to be marked as AI generated if no human looks over it. And that means theoretically, if you go into AI generating content, you have to write somewhere AI generated if you're in the EU, and probably in other countries soon as well, because many follow the rules we have in the European Union here. So you have to write down it's AI generated or not, but then you have an employee you fire, and later he comes and whistleblows that you used AI to create the content. Might be. So if somebody works over the content, some manual work is implied, you don't need to mark it. That's it about Google AI generated content. You still can rank, in short, but you never know what happens. In general, Google's rule is great content ranks, doesn't matter where it comes from. Yeah, before we come to the end of the episode, there's a small homework. Try generating good content for your website with a great prompt. We can go into prompting a little bit later, but just try to not just put something in your ChatGPT, create content about golf travel for older couples. That is not much. Go a little bit into depth. Say, please write an article about, and then you have your persona, in this case, older couple, well situated from a big city, something like this. What they want, like sea, like bathing, like tours, like culture. Put everything you have in your prompt. Type everything into ChatGPT. Describe for whom the article would be, and then say, write something not just about golf, but about how to find the perfect golf trip in vacation time or something like this. I just pulled that out of my head here, but that would be an idea. The most important thing is the more information you put in there, the better your article. So your homework work is try to make a great article, and not just with a simple prompt, but with a great prompt. Maybe compare with the simple prompt and compare the results and see what comes up, and then see if you put that online. Yep, that was it for today. Hope to see you back in the next episode. It's Dietmar from Argo Berlin signing off. And before you sign off, hit follow on your podcasting app.